Hello, Sagittarius. How are you guys doing? Thank you for hanging out with me today. I feel like I feel like you are embracing calm. You know, you're focusing on the calm. You're focusing on what brings you happiness and peace. Not just happiness, but mostly peace, because there are things that may not be good for you or that may be a little overwhelming or intense that are, still making you happy, right? But you want to focus on bringing in that peace, that ease, tranquility. Some of you guys may be taking a lot more bubble baths. I don't know. But let's see what's going on for you guys, Sagittarius. We're going to do an April reading for you. I did do Aries season readings for everybody already. So Aries season is March 21st to April 19th. And that one was all about you, supporting yourself, giving yourself some self care, some love. You guys definitely, I feel like had a habit of trying to cultivate peace for everyone around you, whenever that may have been sacrificing your own peace. I feel like now you're ready to focus on yourself. Okay. See, yeah, we just had a few cards pop out: uncertainty, the hanged man, and justice. So with Libra energy, we just had that full moon in Libra lunar eclipse on the 25th. Okay, so that was a big deal. All about releasing, all about, going within, meditating, listening to your intuition, and just letting go of anything that is no longer serving you, whether that's a perspective, whether it's a person, whatever. So I feel like that definitely impacted you guys a lot. Okay. A big shift is happening for you. You want to move towards more peace and balance, and you have to recognize what is not serving you anymore. You have to recognize situations where you're kind of moving around aimlessly. You know what I mean? There's no real goal there. It's just a good time. Yeah. For some of you, you're recognizing certain things are just a good time. There's a difference between that and like peace and fulfillment. I think you're recognizing this. Let's talk about it though. Yeah, bottom of the deck, overall theme, energy. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But we have prosperity. I like it because this is about prosperity. Okay, because I like that it's a tree, right? It talks about with the book, it's how this tree is meant to give, meant to love, support, provide, right? Sagittarius, you could feel that way about yourself. You're meant to love, support, be there for others, right? But in order for you to do that, you have to be in environments that support that. You have to have enough sun, water. You have to have good soil, a strong foundation. You're quick to provide without having these other steps being fulfilled and met. Okay. You know what I literally just did the other day, Sagittarius? I let somebody know. I said, listen, I like this aspect of you, but I know I don't have to compromise all of my other needs to fulfill this one aspect for myself. I can have this and this and this. You know, some of you, you may have to have these hard conversations with some people. Okay. Because, yeah, there's a new chapter. See, here's two tens. What is that song with two tens and they both friends looking nice? So, yeah, too bent, I should call it quits, but I'm not. Yeah, there's definitely something that's like it's a good time, but the good time is over. You know what I mean? You're ready for fulfillment, long lasting sustainability. There's a change happening here. Yeah, like you're getting ready for a new energy, a new environment, a new opportunity. And you recognize there's some people that aren't going to come with you. But this is going to help you become your highest self, your best self. It's going to help you learn some things. All right, let's talk about it. We're going to do a 10 card spread for you. Did I cut the deck already? Yeah, I did, obviously. Okay. present energy, what's going on in the subconscious. Yeah, lots of change for sure, lots of growth. Emotionally, wait, that's mentally. Okay, mental, emotional. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Influence of the higher self. Deeply see unrealized pattern, complacent, feminine, masculine. Okay. So let's talk about it. There's definitely a big moment of growth happening here for you. Lots of shifts. And I think this might be a hard one for you. It feels like you're having to let go of a lot. And it also feels like you're having to be honest with yourself, which can be hard, right? These changes are hard, right? So don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect it to be chill, because you're not a robot. Like, allow yourself to feel upset or let down or whatever. That's okay. That's a part of this process. All right, so let's talk about it. Present energy for the month of April. What's going on? We have the Prince of Discs, Prince of Pentacles, construction. Okay, so there's definitely, like, even if you don't realize it now, you're building your greatest version of yourself right now. You're creating your best creation. That time and energy you've been dedicating towards yourself, towards something, is going to yield very amazing results. But you are still in the construction phase. Sometimes we may want to rush through this. Sometimes we can lose faith during this because we're not sure if our end result is going to be seen all the way through. Know that it may not happen exactly how you planned, but you're going to get where you want to be. And it may be better than you imagined if you allow yourself to go with the flow. Okay? But with this wheel, that's like, it's known as like man's greatest creation, right? The wheel. So know that, you're making something very amazing, whether it's an internal thing or something you're like literally birthing, you know, like a passion project, starting your own business, whatever. It's going to amount to something great, but you have to be patient during this time. You have to be patient, Sagittarius. And I feel like for a lot of you, that lack of patience is what gets you in situations that you end up having to walk away from. You need long lasting fulfillment, not like quick. Okay? You got to focus. All right, so let's see what's going on in the subconscious, what lies behind the situation. Princess of Cups, evolution. All right, this is a mermaid. This card talks about how painful it is for a mermaid to become a human, or how painful that process can be. The shedding of yourself, having to change environments and adapt. This is not easy. But a big shift is happening for you, Sagittarius, and it's going to be very beautiful. So I would definitely love and nurture yourself a lot right now. That's why they're saying put yourself in environments where you feel loved and supported, where you feel, you can give and get something back, Not just fun time people, not just people that use you, but genuine, like, loving connections. Because you're going through a big change, a big shift, and you need that support. And you got to make sure you're loving on yourself and kind to yourself. Okay? So mentally, we've got instability. So I definitely feel like you're in a part of the phase where, again, it's the evolution construction. Like, you're still having to do the work, right? You're having to recognize the cracks in the foundation. This is a good part to be in because you have to know where these cracks are. Because imagine you get exactly where you want to be and then it all comes crumbling down because you didn't notice those cracks. So I know it can be hard, and you want to get where you want to be, you want certain things, and you will have them, but you want to get there as the best version of you, and that's what you're creating. So don't get mad at the cracks being identified. Yes, it can be disappointing that you have to shift and change and address certain things, but again, you'd rather do it now than later, you know? So the emotional desire, this makes sense, the Sun card, right? You want that happiness, you want that joy, you want that clarity, you know, you want to be feeling good. And you will get there, Sagittarius, I promise you. But that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if you were already here and then you had to go through all this stuff. That would suck. That would be worse than, you know, almost being there or knowing that that's where you want to be and having to do it. You know what I mean? You will have the Sun. You will have prosperity, abundance, happiness. But you have to be willing to go through the shifts, the sacrifices, the changes to get there. You know, through this is how you get there. You know what I mean? This doesn't just pop up on its own, right? Because imagine if it did and then you had to go through all this. You wouldn't like that. You know, and the Sun dream, whatever this is, it's there so you can like have that inspiration and motivation to do this hard work. Because again, if you didn't know that this was here, most people wouldn't do it, right? All about how you want to look at the situation. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the influence of the higher self. What's going on in the heart center? We have judgment. Okay. Big decisions, big reflections are happening. Okay. A lot of honesty, a lot of realizations. You're letting go of these preconceived notions, ideas, beliefs surrounding yourself, others, your life. You're letting go of the things that no longer serve you, and you're really being honest about it. Or at least your higher self is, your heart center, whatever, you know? And know that this can be a very hard shift for the ego, for the wounded self, for the inner child, you know? There are certain things that these aspects of us hold on to keep us safe. And as we know and are ready to break out of these confines, they have to adjust with that too. So that's why you got to give yourself that extra love and support, you know? Because it's not just like your higher self that's going through this. It's not just you that knows, you know, this is where I'm going to be and this is what it requires. There's parts of you that aren't on board with that. So give that part of you that extra love and support. Okay? Don't judge yourself for it. Love yourself through it. Cheers. All right. So this is the how the revolutionary part of yourself moves, and also a previously unrealized destructive pattern. Okay, with the Princess of Swords control. So I like this, right? How you move, how you evolve with control is staying in alignment. You know, you may have a plan, an idea, and you stick to it. You've got a to-do list and you're making sure you're marking it all off. That is amazing. You know, when you have your eye on the prize, you go for it. Okay, but how this can be a destructive pattern, control, right? Maybe controlling others, trying to control how something plays out specifically. Know that having certain goals is amazing, but you cannot be like so married to how you get there, because we are not all knowing creatures. We're not meant to be, right? Of course, like there's certain people who are more tapped into their intuition and things like that. But at the end of the day, we don't know exactly how everything will unfold every time, all the time. And we can make plans, but we have to be able to let these plans adjust and flow and not be so controlling over how things should unfold, how we should show up, who are we supposed to surround ourselves with. You know, there's certain things that are going to come in and go out of our control, and that's how they're meant to be. But if you try to force and manipulate and control, you're not letting the natural cycle of things unfold, which keeps you trapped in something that's no longer serving you. Allow yourself to let go so you can continue to be in alignment, because you like that, right? And that's what I'm saying. There's parts of you, your higher self, that likes to move in alignment, but then your ego thinks you have to force and control to do that, and that's not it. That's why you got to love yourself so you can let go of those like tendencies that aren't serving you anymore, or at least have more acceptance for them. Okay, so how you rule your kingdom, also how you can be complacent while being. Okay. So, well being, it's about the natural ebb and flow of things, the balance, the highs, the lows, everything gets its time in the spotlight. It's about being balanced, being fair. That's a good energy, right? You want to be fair to others. You want to help others. You want things to be balanced. You root for others just like you want others to root for you. But for some of you, I feel like you're too fixated on like being everybody's cheerleader, you know? Like how do you cheer yourself on? You know what I mean? Are you selfish? Because sometimes you have to be selfish. Sometimes you have to pull your energy away and come back. Yeah, I feel like because you guys may not always like put yourself in the spotlight, that's why this shift can sometimes be hard for you. Okay? It's like through you always checking on everybody else, trying to force, that's how you think you're going to get what you want or go towards what you want. But really, it's through that inner work and looking at yourself. And some of this inner work requires you to be selfish, requires you to pull away from people, whatever, whatever. And some of you might have a hard time doing that. So then you're like, okay, well, I don't want to do that. So if I force this person to change or whatever, then it can go forward. But really, the change is you need to be selfish, okay, or more focused on your own well-being, your own alignment, and not everyone else's. Because some other people, instead of like focusing on their healing, they try to point out what everyone else needs to do. But really, if you just focused on yourself, you wouldn't even notice that. You know what I mean? All right. Let's talk about the feminine energy though. So we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So the feminine energy, for me, it's about going internally, your intuition, being, and masculine energy is doing, external energy, taking action, things like that. All right, so let's break it down. So for the feminine energy, we have the magician, and this can also be how you see yourself in the world. I like it. You see yourself as a very powerful person. You're very like resourceful. You've been through a lot and you've learned a lot. And I think with this awareness, you like to help guide others, but you also need to, focus on guiding yourself as well. Yeah, it's like you've been through a lot of instability, so you like to help people with the knowledge that you've gained, right? But again, it's about focusing on yourself. That's what you need to do. Okay? Use these skills and resources to better your own life to get yourself ahead. Because I think it's beautiful to want to help everybody else. And I think it's amazing because I think that that everyone has within them the power to heal, to achieve whatever. I'm the same exact way. That's why I have this business that I have. Because I believe that everyone can heal themselves and achieve anything. But it's up to other people to realize this about themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I can't run around the world and try to force everyone to have a tarot reading and a healing session with me. Because, first of all, I'd be drained. And second of all, people will get to this energy when they're good and ready. You can't force that journey to happen any faster or slower or any differently than it's meant to. And I feel like you have to let go of the reins on others, you know? Because I used to be the same way. I used to think, like, okay, if only people understood that they created their own reality and had this perspective, then everyone would be happy. But it's like we're not in heaven and everyone is not meant to be happy. Some people are meant to show you what life would be like if you didn't, you know? Some people got karma they're working out. Who are you to get in the way of that? You know what I mean? I think it's beautiful to have this energy, but have it and just walk with it because that's how you change the world. What you do for yourself is what you do for all of us. So instead of trying to avoid your own healing by focusing on other people's, you need to keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing you. Okay? Because again, I don't think you should give up on this viewpoint. I think it's beautiful. But know with this viewpoint, everyone has to get to it on their own in their own time. And you cannot rush or force or control that situation. You know, you couldn't do it for yourself. You learned your lessons in good time, right? I'm sure there's many mistakes you kept repeating until you got here. So allow other people's journeys to unfold just like you had to let yours. Okay? All right, let's talk about the masculine energy, spiritual aspirations, transformation, Princess of Wands, Phoenix rising from the ashes. I love it. Yeah, you're ready to be on top of the world. You're ready to, like, I feel like there's a big thing that you had to overcome. You've come a long way from it, but I feel like there's a certain goal or a certain place that you want to be to where you're like, yeah, I made it. You know, you're already there, by the way, right? Just the fact that you have this ambition, this idea, you're already there. Okay. Just fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the journey and you won't be in such a rush. Okay. Allow yourself to have fun getting there, right? Because why are you in a rush for forever? Why are you in a rush to get here? Because if you rush it, there's certain things you're going to miss and you won't really be here like you imagine, right? Take your time. Take your time. All right, but let's talk about last card here, the root cause, the beginning and ending, why this is all happening is reason, okay? Queen of Swords. All this is happening for truthful self-analysis, for you to be honest, okay? Be honest about what makes you happy, about what you want to go towards. Be honest about what is no longer working for you. Be honest about the fact that you kind of try to control a bit, which is fine. You know, I'm controlling too, right? And I feel like we're very similar in this way because I resonate with this and I'm not a Sagittarius. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm trying to call you out or anything like that because same here, right? And as someone who's been in this point and I know it does not get you anywhere and it's never going to change, it's just going to be a cycle you keep repeating. Be honest with yourself, right? Instead of trying to force everyone else, control external, look within. And that's what this situation is challenging you to do. And within that, you'll find that happiness, that transformation. And then through that, you'll be able to show other people how to do that. And it's not going to be through you. I mean, you might like how I have like my healing business, maybe it's through that, but it's not going to be through force, manipulation, or sacrificing yourself for the betterment of others. And this situation is teaching you that. Amazing. Okay, let's pull a crystal oracle message, and that'll be that for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment, definitely subscribe. All of that helps the channel grow, and I'm always so grateful to have you guys join me in my little community. So thank you for being here. Also, check out your Aries season reading if you haven't already. All right, but let's get a crystal, and this could be a crystal you carry around with you, or you know, whatever feels right. All right. Ooh. Okay, we have salt. Fundamentals of humanness. I like that. Salt. Classic. Everybody's got access to salt. Maybe take like a Epsom salt bath or something like that. I love taking baths. Like, ugh, I'm obsessed. Yeah, definitely. Maybe take a bath. Okay. Alrighty, salt. Before there were diamonds, emeralds, and rubies, there was salt. This ancient crystal was used as currency, building cities, trade routes, and new technologies. While you might desire moonstones or opals, only salt is so necessary that you are hardwired to crave it. And see, I feel like this is getting back to the basics, right? Of you know, not going to these grander things outside of you like other people and things like that, but really focusing on you. Do you know the difference between what you desire and what your body and being truly crave? Salt asks. Can you put aside the glitter to feed your real hungers? To embrace and take joy in the fundamental building blocks of humanness and happiness? And see, that's what I was saying. Like, we're going beyond the surface and really truly seeing what makes us happy, what we need to focus on, and not distracting ourselves with these external things. All salt originally came from the sea, whether an ancient inland seabed or the ocean itself. It calls to the sea of our blood, reminding us that without a foundation of salt, we are nothing. And see, we were talking about your foundation. It's all going back to your foundation, what you're surrounding yourself with, and being honest about what you truly need and desire. Okay? Some of you, I feel like you surround yourself with projects, like people that you can heal and uplift, but you need to do that for yourself. Okay? And it's not a bad thing. You should be honored to do that work for yourself, just like you're honored to do it for everyone else. Okay? All right, Sagittarius, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you would like to check out my website, I do have a personal reading on there. You know, spiritual services. Just check out. If you want to know more about me, go to the website. I'm not good at advertising myself. I need to get better at it. But basically, if you would like a personal reading, a ceremony, I have online classes. I have a newsletter you can join, all sorts of stuff. I love the newsletter. It's I just gather like spiritual insight and like revelations, just things I've been thinking about, and share it with you guys. I also send out like some coupons and just fun content, so check it out. But yeah, I also have all my social media down below, so you know, get into it. But that's all I have for you today, Sagittarius. Thanks for joining me. I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.